Well, howdy y'all, and welcome back to my channel. I am Striking, and we are back with another episode of All the Mods 10 Aeronautics. And in today's episode, I think it's time that we take on the Nether. So without further ado, let's just go ahead, let's jump right in, and let's get started. Alrighty, so in our previous episode, I did go ahead and talk about a lot of Ars Nouveau stuff. We also got a little bit of storage situation settled so that we don't have as much of a mess with our storage as we did previously. So that all is looking pretty good. So with all of that, I think it's time that we go into the Nether. A lot of the stuff that I want to get into next is kind of gated behind blaze rods. And so we're definitely going to kind of have to get into a fortress and hopefully get a blaze spawner. And then we can kind of get going with just dire things. We could set up a mob farm. There's a lot more stuff that we can unlock once we get blaze rods, but we definitely need to get that first. So what I went ahead and did is, like I said, I've been in the Nether once before, and that was just to get blackstone or whatever it's called. I think it's called blackstone. But anyway, that was all I went in there for. So up north from where I am, there is a nether portal right here. And that's the nether portal. I just finished it off with some obsidian and went in that nether portal. So we're going to go back in that nether portal, but now we do have some waystones. So once we're in there, we can at least just set up a waystone, and then we don't have to worry about going back through the portal any longer. So we don't have to go up there every time we want to go into the Nether. We can just go through our waystone that's in our house. So we have to travel north. That's where our destroyed portal is. So let's go this way. All right, and so we've made it back to our portal here. So like I said, this was one of those like ruined nether portals, and I just finished it off with some basic obsidian and lit the portal here just so I could go through and get that blackstone that I needed for the harvester pylon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab our waystone here so that we can set it up once we're inside and we get to where we want to go. So let's see, once we're in here, I don't think I have any gold armor on. Hopefully they will. The gold gloves as wearing gold. And then maybe the piglins won't attack us, I hope. I guess we'll find out. But anyway, let's take a look at our map. Do we see any fortresses right off the bat? Oh, well, I'm already getting shot. That's not a good sign. Ah, it's a honeyed archer. Not much I can do about that. I don't even know how you got through here, to be honest. Alright, we killed the bee. Let's kill that guy. There we go. Alright, now we got that taken care of. Let's see how the rest of this goes. There's another honeyed archer over there. Jeez. What is with these honeyed archers? Alright, so... I don't see another fortress right out the gate here, which is unfortunate. We are surrounded by a lot of lava, so we're gonna have to try to avoid falling in the lava. Okay, I think the gold gloves are working. The piglin hasn't attacked me yet. That's good. Yeah, we do have a lot of lava, that's for sure. I mean, thankfully we have our bunny hoppers, but... I don't know if we can make a leap spell or not. Self... I don't think we have the high enough book, do we? Yeah, I guess we do. Leap. Amplify, 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 maybe? I wish we had bounce. I don't think we have bounce. Do a search real quick for bounce. No. Okay, so we don't have bounce, unfortunately. So when we land, it probably is gonna hurt. This will just name leap. But I guess it's better than nothing, since we do have so much lava all around here. Alright, we made it over here. I hear a ghast. Let's use our night vision. There's the ghast. Alright, let's see. We've got wither skeletons. Still no fortress. I don't think. I don't see a fortress. So I guess I'll just have to keep looking until I find a fortress. Alright, we have our pickaxe with silk touch. And I guess we'll just try to make a break for it. See how well this goes. I don't know if it's going to go well or not. Well, that didn't go so hot, but... Alright, let's hop up here. That is not a blaze spawner, like I was hoping. Alright, let's see. Can I grab anything while I'm here? I know, this is very risky. Yep. I just need the blaze spawner. They're usually at the top of those towers. That's why I thought that would have been one there, but it apparently was not. Anything here we can grab real quick? Not anything worth it. Darn it. Hate being on fire. No fuego. Do we have a blaze spawner up here? I don't see one. Darn it. I need a blaze spawner. It's hard because this fortress seems to be kind of like smushed into a region's unknown biome. So it's not really the best for being like full. I just need a blaze spawner. Oh, those are wither skeletons. Cool. That is definitely not what I want. That's a trial spawner. Nope. We don't want that. So we got more piglins. There's another tower over there. I don't think I've ever seen trial spawners in the Nether. That's weird. There's TNT. Let's break that. Hop up here. Still no blaze spawner. That's like the main part of the fortress. Those don't ever have blaze spawners up top. Those only have, like wither skeletons. They have chests and stuff too, but I'm not real worried about that right now. I really just need a wither, or a blaze spawner. Shoot. Well, this is not working out in my favor, is it? The hell are those things? I don't even know what those are. I don't think I want to know. I hear blazes. Okay. At least the piglins are shooting the hoglin. That helps me a little. So we got blazes over there. Is that a blaze spawner, I wonder? Don't know. Oh. I knew that was gonna be risky. No, I've just got more blazes, but no spawner. Okay, run away! Run away! I see you, blazes. Oh boy. Well, none of this is going that well. I mean, we finally got lucky and found a frickin' fortress, but it's not, doesn't have a thing. I just need a blaze spawner. Okay, so we have a bit of a change of plans, and that's because we've hit up 2 nether fortresses, and I haven't been able to find a blaze spawner in either of them. And we need blaze rods. That's, we need a good source of blaze rods. And if we don't have a blaze spawner, we need another way to be able to get them. To do that, we're going to be using the Just Dire Things creature catchers. To do that, we need blaze gold ingots, which means we need to get the Just Dire Things goo. And we need to get the blaze bloom goo. Now I was able to kill a few blazes, so we did get a little bit of blaze rods. So we should be able to get the blaze bloom goo. I don't think we got nether wart though. That I might have to make or find still. But we can do that also. So to start out, we're going to make the Just Dire Things regular goo, because you have to start at the regular one and then like upgrade it. So we're going to go to the primal goo, I think it's called, primal something goo. Oh, prima gel goo, that's what it is. So we need this one here. We're going to need more sugar. Let's make a couple of those. And then we need our prima gel goo. All right, so we made 1 Primogel goo. Now with the Blaze Bloom goo, the only thing I think I'm missing is the nether wart. So that's less than ideal, but not impossible. So what we'll do is we're going to have to get the Atomic Reconstructor. That's from Actually Additions. And that should be pretty easy also. We might have an iron casing, actually. I think I looted it. I did. So we have Atomic Reconstructor. Now this does need power, so we can try to put it just right in front here. Let's get rid of this carpet. Okay. And then we need a redstone torch, because otherwise it's just going to keep shooting every time it has enough power to shoot. So we don't want it to do that. So we need a redstone torch. Let's see. If I don't already have one, I know we can make it. Okay, we have one. So I'll go ahead, and if you right-click to toggle, now it's on pulse. So it's only going to pulse that electric beam when we give it a redstone signal. And to do that, we're going to use a pressure plate, which we already should have one. Pressure plate. All right. We'll put that right in front of it, so when we drop something on the pressure plate in front of it, it's going to activate that signal and fire the laser into whatever it is. So to get the nether wart, we are going to turn it from, we don't need any lens, I don't think. And we should be able to just turn the red mushroom into nether wart. I don't have any red mushrooms, but we can make it because we do have the essences. So let's make just 1 batch. And then if I throw these onto the pressure plate, that should give us our nether wart. Yeah. Yep. So we could just keep tossing them on there. And that's going to give us our nether wart. If we have enough power. I don't know how much power it takes. Does it tell us? I don't see where it tells us how much power it takes, so you just have to make sure you have enough power in here to be able to do it. All right, but 4 is plenty. I think that's more than what we needed. So let's go ahead and put this in here. So now we should be able to make our Blaze Bloom goo. Oh, first we got to change one of our blaze rods, or a couple of our blaze rods, into blaze powder. There we go. Now we should be able to make it. There we go, and we have our blaze bloom goo. All right, awesome. So with that, we'll set it up, I guess, outside. Or we could just do it right here. That should be fine. Let's grab some blocks just to raise this up. So we'll raise it up like here. I think just Yeah, 2 is good. And then this is gonna go up here. All right, cool. So it takes either nether wart or blaze to activate it. So we'll have to use, I guess we'll just use our nether wart. That's easier for us to get right now. So let's see, our wart. And then we need gold. Gold, blocks of gold. All right. So then what we'll do, we need to put this on here. Really? Can you just place, please? There we go. All right. Let's put all of these on here like this. And then when we activate it, it'll start transforming that gold into the blaze gold. So that takes a minute. It's going to do its thing. And then that should get us the blaze gold. And then we can smelt that down. Now, if it's the same in here as it is in other mods, the drops from the Just Dire Things goo, these transformations are not affected by fortune. So it's not worth it to put, it doesn't make a difference if you have fortune on your gear or not. It's not going to do anything different or give you more. It's always just a random amount. I think it's like 1 to 3 per drop. So we just kind of let that do its thing. And, so we got that, and then we're going to need a couple more things to do this. So what I'm going to do after we do the creature catcher is we're going to set up a Drigmy farm. And I wasn't planning on doing that in this episode, but it looks like that's what we're doing because I couldn't find any blaze spawners. So let's go ahead. We'll break our blaze gold. We need to smelt all of that, so we'll go ahead and get that smelting. Now, we need to get, we have a couple of Drigmy tokens already. If you don't have any Drigmy tokens, you can get Drigmy tokens by giving a Drigmy out in the wild a Wilden Horn. If you drop a Wilden Horn by a Drigmy, it'll pick it up and then give you one of these Drigmy tokens. To get the actual Drigmy charm, you need to do the enchanting apparatus, and we need to do this recipe here, which is a fish, any fish, wheat, apple, carrot, any seed, and then 3 source gems, and then that Drigmy token in the middle. And that's going to get you the Drigmy charm. So we need to grab, some amethyst essence, because we're going to need to make more, source gems. So let's turn this into regular amethyst. You can make source gems using either lapis or amethyst. So, because we have more amethyst essence at the moment, we're just going to use the amethyst for it. And let's see. So let's grab all of this, set these in here, and then we could put our amethyst in the hopper to start making more source gems. Okay, next up, we need fish. I don't think I have any kind of fish. Do I have any salmon or cod? No. So we might have to go into the water and kill some fish. We could actually, go fishing, but I feel like it's easier just to find some fish and kill them. At least in my opinion. So let's see. Wheat is pretty easy to get. We could always just plant a wheat seed if needed. Do we have any fish? There's a Drigmy over here in the water. But yeah, you could give that Drigmy a Wilden Horn if we had one to get another Drigmy token. But I don't have any more Wilden Horns. We need it for our essence that we're making, so that is a no-go currently. All right, so we got our fish that we need. So now we're going to need, we'll put that away, and then we're going to need 5 wheat. Do I have any wheat? We do have our wheat seeds, so we're going to need 5 of these. And then I'm going to have to plant some, I guess. Let's grab that. Let's go grab some wheat. So we should be able to just plant it and bone meal it. That should be no problem. And bone meal it. And then we can just kind of harvest it here until we get a couple of them. All right, so we got our wheat that we need, and we have wheat seeds. We've got 5 wheat seeds. We have 5 wheat. Let's put all this stuff together so we can kind of keep track a little bit better. And let's put some of this other stuff away. All right. Okay. We're also going to need 5 apples. We should have plenty of apples because we have our trees that are being made. So yeah, we have apples. And then I don't know if we have any carrots. We don't have any carrots in our system. Let me see if I have any in our kitchen. As long as we have 1, we should be able to grow more. Yeah. So let's go ahead and grow some more just so we have them. Better be safe than use the last of it. So we'll just go back up here, plant our carrots, and then we can grow those. Awesome. So now I should be able to turn all of these into Drigmy charms. So I'll show you the first one here, and then I'll go ahead and just do the rest real quick. So we do 3 source gems, a carrot, an apple, one of the wheats, one of the seeds, and one of the fish. And then we just put our Drigmy charm in the middle, or our Drigmy token, and then that's going to get us our Drigmy charm. Now you can also go ahead and put 8 hoppers on each, 1 hopper on each of these pedestals, and it'll just keep refilling it as the thing runs out. So we could do that as well, but we did go ahead and get our Drigmy charm. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other 4 charms here real quick, and then I'll be back. Okay, so now that we have all 5 of our Drigmy tokens made, we should be able to take... I made this little pen for them just so they don't wander too far. But we should be able to take our Drigmy token and click it on, I think it's a mossy stone brick. No, it should be maybe mossy cobblestone. Let's try that. Let's see, mossy cobblestone. Might be mossy cobblestone. In which case, I don't have that, and we'll have to get some. Can we make the moss block? We should be able to make the moss block, actually. Let's see, moss block. Make one of you. And then make this. There we go. Alright, let's try that. There we go. So now it's a Drigmy henge. We are going to need to give it some source, so that's no problem. We'll give it a source jar, and then we'll do another source relay and send the source this way. So source jar, and let's see. I can actually build this up another level. Let's see. Well, I don't want to be that high up. There we go. Okay. So I need another source relay. Source relay. What the source relay does is it just sends source from one of our source jars to another. So we'll go ahead and do that. Hopefully this isn't too far, otherwise I'm going to need 2 source relays, but we'll see. This shouldn't be that far, actually. So we'll put this one, like, here. And then we need our Dominion wand. And essentially, you just click on the source jar you want to take from. So we'll take from this jar, send it to the source relay, and then from the source relay to this jar. And now that source jar is going to stay full. The Drigmies need source jars to stay full, or to keep working. So we'll put more of our Drigmies on. You just keep clicking the Drigmies on the henge, and the Drigmy charms on the henge, and they'll just keep spawning. The more Drigmies, the better. And also, the more mobs you have in your Drigmy farm, the better also. The Drigmies will send items directly into a chest nearby, so we have our chest there. And now we should be able to just make our creature catchers. Let's see. So we've got our blaze gold ingots. And we need to make our creature catcher from Just Dire Things. Creature catcher. And these should be pretty easy to make. Can we make 4? We did. Okay, great. So we've made 4 creature catchers. Now, the only other thing when we get back, what we're going to need to do is we need to make, once we get the actual mobs in the jar, what we need to do then is to get them into a containment jar. So, let's see. Let's put this stuff away. Okay, so, couple of things. We should already have a containment jar. We have 2 containment jars, so that's good. We could start out with those. And then we're going to need a containment ritual. Tablet of Containment, I think it's called. Tablet of Containment, yep. So for this, we need the Manipulation Essence. I think that's the one we're making now. So let's see. We should have some of that available. Yep, that's the one we're currently making. And so we'll grab that. And then our Tablet of Containment. I might not have any glass bottles. I don't, but that's okay. All right, we'll make some of those. Okay, make one of these. Okay, so we got the Tablet of Containment, and then we should also have the Ritual Brazier. Okay, we have one of those. So now, essentially what we're going to do is we can go over here. We want to kind of do it out of the way of our base because we don't want to accidentally, if a mob gets loose or something, we don't want to accidentally have it destroy our base. So let's do it. Let's do it all the way over here. This seems safe-ish. So our Ritual Brazier will go here. And then our containment jar will just go here. It is also going to need source, but we could just borrow a source jar. And then just replace it when we need to. We don't need a source relay for this. Because it doesn't use a whole lot of source every time. And you'll know when you're going to use it. So it's not like it has to run a certain amount. So we can go ahead and do that. And then I can show you how all of this works. We'll do it with the sheep here first. Because like I said, the more mobs anyway, the better. So let's go ahead. We can do that. We'll activate our ritual. Anything within this area is going to get contained in the jar when you put the containment jar down. So let's go ahead and catch our sheep in our creature catcher. So if I catch the sheep, now the sheep is in the creature catcher. All right, and then we just put our containment jar down, and then we just release our mob. And it's going to go in the jar. And then you can just pick up the jar. And then that's going to go in our Drigmy farm area. So it's going to go like right in here. And they should start doing their thing, hopefully, here. Yep, there they go. So they'll all start doing their little Drigmy dance. And they'll start harvesting off of the sheep. So we'll get like raw mutton. And we'll get, so you could see it working. We'll get raw mutton and we'll get wool. And that'll start to go into the chest. So that's pretty much how the Drigmy farm works. So let's go ahead and sleep, and then we'll go back to the Nether, and we'll worry about catching them, the blazes. So we're going to need more containment jars. I don't know if we have enough glass. We do have some glass left. Alright, plenty of sand. So now we can head back home. We'll smelt up our sand. And while we're doing that, we can head back to the Nether and let that smelt up while we're there in the Nether. We have 4 creature catchers, so we can catch 4 mobs while we are there. We do want to grab a wither skeleton if we can as well. So let's put all of these. Okay. Alright, awesome. I think that should be good. Let's go ahead and put all the rest of this stuff away that we don't need at the moment. And yeah, we'll put our creature catchers. Alright, let's go ahead and go back to the Nether. And let's see what we can catch here. After all that, did I just find a blaze spawner here? Oh well, we did find a blaze spawner after all that, but we can now do both. So that's fine. I went through all that trouble before trying to find a blaze spawner. Could not find one for the life of me. I come back and instantly find one. What are the odds? But you know what? It's okay. Now we have our Driggy farm set up, and that's gonna... I wanted to get that set up anyway. I wasn't planning on it originally in this episode, but we were going to eventually get it set up anyway. So, not end of world. Alright, let's go ahead. Let's check this chest while we're here. Ooh, we got wild and wings. We needed that, so we'll grab that. Grab the nether wart. Might as well, right? Grab that. Applies to blaze burner. Okay, we'll grab that. Grab this chest while we're here. We got an iron backpack. Some more nether wart. Okay. We could take that. Might as well take the stuff while we're here. I am looking for wither skeletons. We need to catch a wither skeleton. We did get our blaze spawner. Let's see. There's also a bunch of create stuff over here we could try to grab. Oh, hey look, there's another blaze spawner. Why not, right? After all that, I tried so hard to find blaze spawners and couldn't find them, so I gave up. Alright, we got our wither skeleton. Oh well, it is what it is, but it's just annoying. Alright. Let's see. I would like to be able to get one of those guys if I could, that knight thing. Because that didn't look like the regular ancient knights that we're used to. Not what I wanted to do. There's our knight dude. Alright, grabbed our knight dude. Let's head home. Okay. Whew. That was a mess. But I think we're good. So, we should also have our glasses pretty much done. Okay, got all of our glass. So we could put all this away. Let's put those blaze spawners away for right now. We could put all this stuff away that we don't need at the moment. Let's go ahead. We can break down this. All right. All of this stuff away. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Alright, cool. It is getting to be nighttime, so before we go back out, we'll go ahead and sleep. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and we'll finish up our Driggy farm here. So let's go over here. Alright, so this is our area where we're going to do our capturing again. This is where we were before. So first up, let's do our blaze. Alright. Alright, blaze in the jar. That's good. And we'll put this one down, and we can do our wither skeleton. Alright, wither skeleton in our jar. And then we need another containment jar. Let's see. Containment jar. Okay. We're able to make a couple more of those now that we have more glass. And we'll get this Nether Knight guy in here. Hopefully. Yep, there we go. All right. Awesome. So now we'll give all 3 of these containment jars to our Drigmies so that they can start farming up stuff, hopefully. So we've got Nether Knight. All right, and then Wither Skeleton. You could just kind of push the Drigmies out of the way. And then Mr. Blazy Boy. All right, and you'll see they've already gotten some stuff. So we've got raw mutton, we've got wool, and some sinew, and those are from the sheep. So now that we have more mobs, they'll start going ahead and farming those mobs as well. We can also cook up this raw mutton, might as well, while we're here. And yeah, that's pretty much how you make a Drigmy farm and how a Drigmy farm works. So even though that was not the intention today because we needed blaze rods and I, for the life of me, could not find a blaze spawner at first. And then I go back in after all this time making this Drigmy farm. And lo and behold, there's just 2 blaze spawners hanging out there. But it is what it is. We got the blaze spawners, and now we have the blazes in our Drigmy farm. So we should start getting blaze rods, as you could see. We also have some coal. That's going to be from the wither skeleton. We also get these experience gems. These are just random, not random, but they're occasional drops that the Drigmies give you just from farming. So it's good to have that as well. So these are all good things that we're going to be able to collect with our Drigmies, and we'll continue to kind of collect mobs in our Drigmy farm as we progress through the pack. So I think that's where we're going to wrap up this episode. We went into the Nether. It didn't go great, but it went. And we finally got what we needed, which is a renewable source of blaze rods. Now that we have the blaze rods, we can do so much more in this pack. We did also get the blaze bloom goo, which is going to get us the blaze gold. So now we can make things like the experience holder. This is going to be great, so I can drop all my experience in the experience holder from just dire things, and that's going to allow us to store our experience so that we don't lose it. We can also now make our mob farm, so that's going to be huge. I think next episode we're going to make our mob farm. Because we need to start getting a lot of those mob drops. It's also going to help with the apotheosis drops. So definitely want to get that mob farm up and running. I think the main reason we needed that was because we need Eyes of Ender. And you need blaze powder for Eyes of Ender. And that's for the XP tank. So let's see. Mob grinding utils. Yeah, the XP drain singularity tank. We need Eyes of Ender, which means you need blaze powder. Because we need to be able to get buckets of experience in order to make our GM chicken feed cursed. We need 4 buckets of experience. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and work on all of that in the next episode because we definitely need to get that mob farm up and running ASAP so we can get all those other mob drops and the apotheosis drops as well. So yeah, I think things are moving right along. I think we're doing pretty well here. And once we get some more of this stuff going, I think we should be pretty good to keep moving and trucking right along. So thank you everybody so much for coming out and joining me on this adventure. I know I am having fun with y'all, and I hope you guys are too. So if you did like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Also subscribe if you do feel so inclined. With that, I am Cy Strikeling, and I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.